$6 is enough to build a hand-powered washing machine that can clean a small load of clothes without electricity, plumbing, or a trip to the laundromat. And the strange part is that the machine is made from a bucket, a lid, and one completely new plunger. Not a plunger that has been anywhere near a bathroom. Buy a fresh one from a hardware store, because there are some inventions that should never share a biography. This is useful for apartments without laundry machines, camping, RVs, dorms, emergencies, muddy work clothes, and small loads that do not deserve an entire expensive wash cycle. It can also save water, detergent, and the irritating $3 ritual of feeding quarters into a machine that takes 40 minutes to do something your hands could have done with the right mechanism. The project takes about 20 minutes. The bucket may already be sitting in your basement, garage, or storage room. The plunger is the part that turns the bucket into a machine, and the reason it works is much more interesting than simply stirring clothes around in soapy water. Before electric washing machines became normal, laundry was already being mechanically agitated. People used wooden paddles, sticks, washboards, and tools called passers to force water through fabric inside a tub. The earliest known references to this kind of laundry plunger go back centuries. Later, inventors began building hand-cranked machines with drums, paddles, and internal mechanisms. James King patented an early mechanical washing machine in 1851. It used a drum and a hand-operated mechanism to move water and clothing together. So this bucket project is not pretending to reinvent the washing machine. It is returning to the part of the washing machine that actually does the cleaning. Controlled movement of water through fabric. The exact bucket version does not have one famous inventor attached to it. It is more of a practical folk invention that has been rebuilt by campers, frugal households, people living without in-suite laundry, and people who looked at a bucket and thought, that could probably be more useful. A modern commercial version called the breathing mobile washer refined the idea with a cone-shaped agitator containing holes. The cone lets air escape while pushing and pulling water through the clothing. That word, breathing, describes the whole mechanism. The clothes do not become clean because the rubber cup is violently scrubbing every shirt. They become clean because the tool repeatedly pushes dirty water into the fabric and then pulls it back out. It makes the clothes breathe through water. The build is simple. You need a 5-gallon bucket, or roughly a 20-liter bucket, with a lid. You need a brand new plunger. A sink plunger is easier to modify because the rubber cup is usually flatter, but a standard plunger can work too. You need a drill, a sharp utility knife, a marker, and a little sandpaper. You also need a small amount of low-sudsing laundry detergent. High foam detergent looks impressive for about 30 seconds, and then turns your bucket into a chemical volcano. Start by washing the bucket thoroughly. If you're using a bucket that previously held paint, solvents, pesticides, or anything else that would make you question your life choices, do not use it for laundry. Buy a clean food grade or household bucket instead. Turn the lid upside down and mark a hole in the center. The hole needs to be wide enough for the plunger handle to move freely, but not so large that the entire lid becomes useless. The plunger handle should be able to slide up and down without catching. A 2-inch hole is usually enough for a typical handle, but measure the actual plunger you bought. This is a rare moment where the measuring tape is allowed to participate. Cut the hole carefully, sand the edge smooth so the handle does not scrape against a sharp plastic rim every time you use it. Now modify the plunger cup. Drill several holes through the rubber. 6 to 8 holes is enough for the first version. Space them around the cup instead of clustering them in one spot. The holes do not need to be enormous. Their job is to let water pass through while the rubber still creates resistance as it moves. If the rubber cup is very thin, use fewer holes. If it is thick and stiff, you can add a few more. The goal is not to turn the plunger into a sieve. It still needs to push water. After drilling, smooth any rough edges. Rubber fragments do not improve laundry. Put the clothes into the bucket. Do not fill the bucket completely. Small loads work much better because the water needs room to move around the fabric. For a shirt, underwear, socks, light pants, or a few smaller items, add enough water to fully wet everything, while leaving several centimeters of space at the top. Add a small amount of detergent. You do not need a full capful. In a small bucket, too much detergent simply creates more rinsing work. Place the lid on top and insert the plunger handle through the center hole. Now push down slowly. That first push forces water through the clothing. Pull the plunger back up and water moves in the opposite direction. Push down again, pull up again. The clothes are being compressed, released, and flushed with moving water. This is why the holes matter. Without them, the plunger can trap air and behave like a giant rubber suction cup. With the holes, water can travel through the clothes instead of just lifting the entire load in one soggy mass. The motion does not need to be aggressive. You're not trying to punish the shirts for becoming dirty. A steady rhythm works better than violent plunging. After a minute or two, the water will begin carrying away the dirt, skin oil, sweat, and whatever mysterious brown substance appears on clothing after one afternoon of doing absolutely normal human activities. Keep agitating for several minutes. Very dirty clothes can sit in the detergent water for a few minutes first. That softens the dirt and gives the moving water a better chance to remove it. If the clothes are heavily soiled with grease, mud, or food, remove the worst material before loading the bucket. A washing machine is not a magical dirt eraser. It is a machine that helps water and detergent do their work. When the wash cycle is finished, remove the lid and drain the dirty water. You can pour it into a sink, bathtub, or appropriate drain, depending on what was in the clothing. Do not dump chemical contaminated water onto a vegetable garden simply because the garden looks thirsty. Fill the bucket with clean water, replace the lid, and repeat the plunging motion. This rinse is not optional. Detergent is designed to lift dirt, but the dirty detergent still has to leave the fabric. Run one rinse cycle, drain it, and repeat if the water remains cloudy or the clothes still feel slippery. That is one of the hidden differences between a useful laundry machine and a bucket full of bubbles. Well, washing is only half the job. The other half is forcing the dirty water back out. There's also a clever upgrade that makes this much easier to use. Drill a second, smaller hole near the edge of the lid and insert a short piece of flexible tubing through it. That tube can act as a drain when the bucket is placed on a counter or raised platform. You can also make a separate inner basket from another clean bucket by drilling holes through its sides and base. Put the clothes in the inner bucket, place inside the outer bucket, and lift it when you need to drain the water. That turns the project into a simple wash and lift system. The outer bucket holds the water, the inner bucket holds the clothes. The plunger moves the water. No wringing a dripping shirt over the bathtub while pretending this is a relaxing lifestyle choice. If you are still listening, subscribe. It is free, it helps this channel keep testing strange practical projects, and members get access to videos that go deeper into the ideas behind them. Now, back to the machine. The most useful feature of this setup is not the fact that it can wash one shirt. It is that you can control the entire process. You can wash only the clothes that need washing. You are not running a large machine for 3 pairs of socks and 1 shirt. You can use less water. You can use less detergent. You can wash clothing in a place where a full-size washing machine cannot fit. It is also useful when a normal machine is unavailable. If the power is out, the apartment laundry room is broken, the campground has no facilities, or you're traveling with limited space, this bucket still works. It is especially practical for hand-washable clothing, athletic clothes, baby clothes, socks, underwear, shirts, and light fabrics. It is less suitable for heavy blankets, thick towels, large coats, or a full load of denim. The bucket has limits. Every machine does. A washing machine does not become a bulldozer just because you put a powerful motor in it. For delicate clothing, use gentle plunging and cold or lukewarm water according to the care label. Do not put your hands into the bucket while the plunger is moving. That is not necessary, and fingers are much more difficult to replace than a shirt. The clothes will still need to be squeezed or wrung out before drying, but you can press them against the inside of the bucket, use a clean towel to absorb excess water, or make a simple roller wringer later. But do not twist delicate fabrics aggressively. Stretching a shirt until it becomes a different shirt is not technically a successful laundry method. The mind-bending part is how little this machine needs to do its job. A modern washing machine has a motor, a drum, pumps, valves, sensors, electronic controls, a heating system, and a large cabinet surrounding the whole process. This bucket strips the idea down to its basic physics: water, movement, pressure, detergent, and time. The plunger pushes water into the fabric. The holes let the water escape through the rubber. The pulling motion draws water back out. Dirt is loosened by detergent and carried away in the moving water. The rinse cycle removes what the wash cycle lifted. That is the machine. Not the control panel, not the shiny lid, not the little melody it plays when it finishes. The useful part is the movement of water through the clothes. And once you understand that, the project becomes more than a laundry trick. It gives you a way to think about household machines. Many of them are expensive because they package a simple physical process inside a complicated appliance. Sometimes the clever part is hidden behind plastic, buttons, and a price tag. Sometimes it is sitting in a bucket with a hole in the lid. I have used this style of washer for small loads, and I would keep one ready even if I had a full-size machine. It takes almost no storage space, needs no electricity, and it is far less dramatic than a washing machine repair bill. If you build one, use a clean bucket, a brand new plunger, a small load, and less detergent than you think you need. Then let the water do the work. If you found this useful, share it with someone living without a laundry machine, and tap, like so, I know which strange household projects to build next. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.